Okay, let's do this thing. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review. Dynamite. Where are we with tonight? What, Sunrise, Florida? Man, this crowd was iffy tonight. And where do I begin off this show, huh? Of course, this trend of every week where they have to keep putting Orange Cassidy at the beginning of the show versus Bandito. Where has he been? I have zero clue where he's been. I don't even think he's been on Ring of Honor, or if he's on Dark. I don't know. I don't really watch any of those shows. Well, I try to watch Ring of Honor a little bit more because it's actually a better show. But at some points, but yeah, Bandito, haven't seen him in a while. Listen, you already know how I feel about this whole international title thing in Cassidy. At this point, I just kind of only watched it just for Bandito, so I kind of watched this for like in and out and whatnot, which I kind of saw him losing. Even I agree with one of my friends saying that he is better than Commander or Vikingo, which that is true. Because I would say give one thing I like about Bandito, that his shit actually kind of flows out well. His spots and whatnot. He's not just hitting like crazy high spots just for the hell of it. Okay. The thing with Commander and Vikingo is that yes, they do these crazy, insane spots and whatnot, but it's the whole deep breath and hope you hit the spot where somebody's standing there, like they're waiting there to standing in there. Because there's been a lot of matches, especially it was really saw last week with Commander and Jay White, because it already made you wonder, like, who are we pushing here and whatnot? Why is Jay White going 10 minutes with Commander and just doing all this tightrope stuff and waiting for spots? And I don't know, well, whoever tried to compare Commander to Undertaker or Old School is just out of their mind and insane, honestly, which makes no sense and just an idiot. But I like Bandito. Bandito stuff is a little bit better. His stuff actually flows. His spots mean something. He's not just going out there hitting crazy spots just to put on a spot fest and whatnot. It's just with Commander and Vikingo. It's just yes, it looks impressive. You can do all this tightrope stuff and all that, but it looks ridiculous at the same time. It makes you wonder: are you watching a match? Or are you watching some Circus du Soleil or whatnot? It makes you wonder. But yeah, Bandito lost here to the Pocket Man, of course. But yeah, Cassidy won. I know they interviewed Adam Cole then after that, which he said was gonna go to the ring, call out Jericho, and then Bandito and Cassidy just walked out there and said "oh" and walked away. Um, Darby Allen and Jungle Boy were being interviewed. Then, as Darby, I guess, said, things said a little bit too far last week, and he's at respect. And I guess he was gonna have him have his back, but then right after says, man, what if we really did have that match again? I would have beaten you again. And Jack ended up wanting to say, you got lucky last time. And how about this? I gotta get ready for my match later, so I'll see you out there. So it's kind of funny that you asked them to watch your back, and then it's like, yeah, man, if we were doing this match again next week, I'd beat you. So, like, kind of makes you wonder. Jeff Jarrett came out. They ended up sending his whole crew to the back as FTR. Well, Dax came out. Cash Wheeler stayed in the back. Um, Very good match between Jarrett and Dax out there. It was pretty good. Ended up with Sanjay Dutt coming back out there, distracting the referee, and then running around until Jarrett could hit the stroke onto Dax for the win. But a pretty good match, though, in general. So, yeah, WCW, folks, TNA, my world, my world. My world. But yeah, Jarrett and them won. So, like I said, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal still supposed to be going for the tag team titles. I guess against FTR at some point. We'll see what happens. Next, Tony Khan, who is here for another big announcement. Some would say this guy must be shitting a brick right now due to CM Punk showing up on, well, not showing up on Raw, but being over here in Chicago Monday when Raw was here. And some would be believing that. At least he didn't look all crazy, bugged, and a little bit more calm. Maybe he had a low dose of the stuff and what that. The Snowman was talking and talked about the Owen Hart Cup tournament is coming back at Double or Nothing. It will be held in Canada, even at the Forbidden Door. And even it's fitting given that Owen Hart did compete in New Japan Pro Wrestling for the IWNA IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and even saying that the finals of the tournament will be on July 15th in his hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Which hopefully they do better than the tournament last year. It wasn't a bad tournament. It kind of went by, and given who won, they just kind of it happened. It was still nice that they did it. just to honor Owen Hart, which I've already said my piece on it before, given last year's tournament and why, with Martha Hart and whatnot, which, it's nice that they're doing it, but is it still really a way just to get back at the WWE? Yeah, I still do believe that because the WWE can never really use any of Owen's stuff due to Martha. So I still do believe that. But we'll see how the tournament goes. Right after that, Wardlow beat some dude and killed him with the power bombs. Which, listen, I like Wardlow, but there's no way he should be a three-time TNT champion. Tony Khan has no idea how to book big guys. They screwed Will Hobbs last week, so um, Hobbs really got screwed and really shouldn't have lost the belt that fast. It just doesn't make any sense, and just that whole match could have been better, but I don't know. Like they just don't know how to put big guys, and some say both of these two really need to go to the WWE. But as Arn Anderson is in there talking about AEW's dynasty and that Wardlow's going to take this company into the next millennium and whatnot, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus come out there. They were going to get in the ring, but they end up backing off then. So I guess Hobbs will face not Hobbs. Wardlow will face Luchasaurus at some point. So we'll see what happens. Sammy Guevara and was talking until MJF and showed up and kissed him on the forehead, and Guevara kissed him on the forehead, and they're acting all chummy, they're being friends and stuff. That Double or Nothing is coming. We're gonna tear the house down, and he says friends don't handshake, friends hug and whatnot, and they end up hugging each other and kiss each other on the cheek because they end up getting like each other gifts. One a scarf, one a jacket and whatnot. A little suspect too much with the kissing though, but they were just acting like, the heel chummy group. I don't even know who this was. Next, I was supposed to be interviewing somebody. RJ City, I think he has some show. Dude, I thought he was just some jobber interview guy. I'm like, who the hell is that? And then he just got killed. He got killed by the Blackpool Combat Club. That's all that happened. So Mox said got on the mic and said there's some scars to leave on Dynamite. So yeah, they just killed this random dude that I didn't care about. Darby went against Sammy Guevara. MJF came out for commentary. It ended up being Sammy ended up winning with disqualification technically. He won by DQ because MJF got involved and after the whole coffin drop, and then Tay ended distracting the referee, and then MJF got the skateboard and hit Darby with it, and Guevara acted like he hit it, so it was a DQ. But then they started beating up Darby, and then Jungle Boy made the save. I guess Tony Khan had another announcement then because Tony Schiavone got up saying, "You prick, listen." Tony Khan basically, yeah, you guys Sam, you get your spotted Double or Nothing. But Tony Khan told him that next week Darby and Jungle Boy will have a chance to still be in this match, a tag team match. And if they win this tag team match against you guys next week, there'll be a fatal four-way. Listen, honestly, I get they gotta, do a lot of obstacles and building up to get to Double or Nothing, and they are taking their time with it, but we all knew this was probably going to end up in a fatal four-way anyways. This tournament made no sense because, like, you're doing a tournament with 3 people, which is literally dumb. So this is already going to end up in a fatal four-way anyways in general. Personally, I rather just wanted to see Darby versus MJF. Like I said, Darby's the only other really credible person to face MJF out of the other 2 people. And then again, MJF killed all these guys on the microphone last week because you could tell who was ready and who's not. And like the MJF is literally leagues ahead of them, but still, they really want to go with this 4-pillar fatal four-way thing. But like I said, I don't even look at all the 4 of these guys as pillars. Yeah, MJF, okay. Darby, I can understand. Which I even look at him in a high note. But Jungle Boy and Sammy, especially Sammy, I don't look at him as a pillar at all. Okay, I don't. Um, and then MJF and Guevara in the back, and MJF ended up leaving him and whatnot. As Guevara. MJF said his SUV was full, and they just drove off then. Adam Cole came out to call out Chris Jericho after what he did last week, saying he took it too far, hitting his, girlfriend and whatnot. And Jericho said, "I don't want to fight you. Yeah, listen, man, you let the love of your life took a beating. I'm not going to come to the ring, but these guys will." Next thing you know, the Jericho Appreciation Society guys, Everrise and Garcia and Hager come out. And then they start beating up Cole. For some odd reason, they sent Cassidy out there as backup. And Bandito and then they ended up getting outnumbered. And then next thing you know, Roderick Strong came out. I didn't even know Roderick Strong was even not under WWE contract anymore. I know he'd been hurt for a while and he hadn't been seen on NXT in God knows how long, in several months, but I didn't know when his contract ran out. Um, so it was actually like, oh shit, Roddy's here. I didn't expect to see Roddy Strong. But yeah, Roddy made his debut. He ended up hitting like the end of Heartache out there. It was nice to see him. But yeah, the Undisputed Era looks like it never can die. It would have been cool to have all four of the Undisputed Era members there when it was, but Kyle's still hurt. Don't know when he's coming back. Fish been up out of Dodge. So um yeah, it's nice to see Roddy Strong. So well, people, we get a little bit of the Undisputed Era back. QTV happened. I don't care. Hobbs was mad, and then I want my title back. And Marshall said, "You weren't a champion before you joined up with me. I can make you a champion again. Just give me time to fix it." Jade Cargill went against Taya. Honestly, this whole feud was on um Rampage, which I barely watched half of it, and it was for the TBS title. Here's the thing: Taya cannot use the Road to Valhalla. Basically, her and Jade have the same finisher, but then again, both of these two stole their finisher from Beth Phoenix, and she couldn't use. Yeah, Taya and microphone messed up there, but yeah, Taya had to let go of Jade, and then Jade rolled her up. For shit, Jade did a Canadian Destroyer too. But yeah, obviously this kind of gives Ty an out there because Ty ended up trying to attack everybody and ended up almost taking out Donald Stevens with the Road to Valhalla. Then so the Ed was thrown out of the ring after that. So yeah, obviously this match is going to continue at some point. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter were kind of promo with shit. When was the last time I really heard Jamie Hayter speak in general? But they said they were coming after the Outcast. Excalibur and his whole run talk at 6,000 miles a minute, whatever thing, talked about all the matches coming up for Rampage, like what, 4 in the afternoon this Friday? I don't know. The main event was Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshita versus the Butcher, the Baker, the Candlestick Maker. Where's the Bunny? Why is this the main event? How are the Butcher and the Blade even in a main event? These guys literally lose all the damn time, and you have Kip Sabian out there. So why is this even a main event match in general? Danielson's on commentary. It's not much to say from this other than after the match when Danielson talked about, who got the one real wrestler got the pin and whatnot, and talked about the legacy is built in Japan. And Danielson went on to say, to catch the train with us, he'd be a world beater. But no, you could be training the guys. You decide to be with the elite or be like the Brandon Cutler, Nakazawas of the world. They be washing guys like you in the shower. Interesting line, or maybe I caught that wrong. But then next thing you know, they end up, Blackpool Combat Club end up attacking them. Then Danielson's giving the screwdriver. The Bucks get in, and they start attacking everybody, super kicks and stuff. And then what? They end up getting a screwdriver, gonna take out Moxley, but Takeshita stopped them, saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." And Danielson basically said, you could help us and whatnot. And then everybody's clear from the ring then, and the elite were gone, and then the Blackpool guys were about to celebrate with Takeshita, and then Danielson he said, "You think we want you? You think you should join the Blackpool Combat Club?" And then he gets low blowed, and he says, "You made your choice." And then they just took the screwdriver, and I guess they stabbed him in the face with it several times before leaving him in the ring. So yeah, that's your Dynamite tonight, folks. This wasn't really much of a main event. It's more about the post match angle and whatnot. So um, yeah, all I can say from that is it wasn't that much of a main event. All right, but it just talks about Takeshita and if he's with the elite and well he is, but kind of stopping Omega from taking out Mox with that damn screwdriver. So yeah, um, everything else on the show, Roddy Strong debut. So yes, the Undisputed Era is somewhat still alive in a way. Jade versus Taya was kind of whatever, but I think that may be revisited back at pay per view. Um, what else? Dax and Jarrett was actually not that bad of a match out there. The whole 4 pillar thing Some would say it's overbooked or whatnot, or just the bookings all over the place. But I guess they have to stretch this out all the way until Double or Nothing, okay? But other than that, that's all I really got to say about Dynamite tonight. So yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood Knight 890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.